Hello and welcome back to our FCS Dynasty and NCAA Football 2006. Right now we've got a full broadcast game. The 1-1 12th ranked Cal Poly Mustangs traveling to take on the 2-0 number 8 VMI Keydets and a subscriber versus subscriber showdown. This is going to be a fun game. VMI is 2-2 all time in subscriber games, and Cal Poly is 4-1 currently heading into this ball game. Raul Lozano, great coach, won the Pac-10 last season. Rondé Barber, of course, for VMI. They won the Big 12. So these are two really great teams with a lot of experience and a lot of veteran leadership on these teams. So this is going to be a fun game. We are in Lexington, Virginia. And let's get right into it, folks. VMI is set to kick it off first. And we will see the Cal Poly offense. Here is Malik Higgins on the return. Sophomore receiver will get it up to the 20-yard line. Cal Poly's offense looks like this. Two sophomore quarterbacks, Alexander Connor and Eric Spears Jr. will be backing him up at halfback. Raul Lozano the third. Two wide receivers, Desmond Lewis and Malik Higgins. Long snapper and tight end, Tom Schaefer. Tight end Tyler Chandler, and guard Dan Williamson. And first play is a toss, and they're going to throw it back to Connor, who has the first down and more. Alexander Connor in the open field. Past the 50 down to the 46-yard line. And tack on 15 yards. What in the world just happened there? One of the most successful halfback passes you'll ever see. Wow, Rondé Barber upset on the sideline. And the defense for VMI is Henry Hamilton at defensive tackle, two defensive ends, William Reed and five-star freshman Javon Stewart, middle linebacker Trey Upton, corner Bryson Shields, free safety Darius Peters, and four-star JUCO transfer Mike Adams at strong safety. And here's Connor looking to throw it. Nice pocket, throws it up deep left side, deflected away. And that was Darius Peters out in coverage. That's going to be a second pass deflection this season, 24th. Of his career. So second down and 10 upcoming for the Mustangs. Counter under center, Lozano the third behind him. He will throw it again here. And he's hit as he throws, almost intercepted. Not a good decision to throw that pass in that direction. Non-subscriber player out in coverage. And that is going to bring up third down and 10 for Alexander Connor. He is a really good quarterback in these games, 4-1 record against other subscriber teams, so he is the best of the best. Counter to throw again, left side, incomplete, almost picked off, and that is another non-subscriber player out there in coverage, number 38. That'll bring up fourth down and 10, and it looks like they're going to punt the football away, so Tom Schaefer in there for a long snap from his own 31-yard line. Very intriguing call right here. And this punt is going to go through the field goal post, just about. That was a terrible call. So with that, we are going to see the Cal Poly Mustang defense, which is led by Greg Ford and Paxton Erdley at defensive tackle. Demarius Lamache at defensive end. Four-star freshman outside linebacker Jay Washington. Joseph Lozano is at corner, and Ralph William is the free safety. Here's Justin Hops throwing it right side. Nice catch for Jake Berry, the star tight end, and the rest of the offense for VMI is Justin Hops at quarterback, Cam Sanders at halfback, five-star freshman Ladarius Johnson at halfback, fullback Matt Keller, two wide receivers Joseph Martin and Jason Wright. They also have two tight ends, Jake Berry and four-star freshman Jay Ballmer. So plenty of weapons for both of these quarterbacks to throw to. And here we go. Cam Sanders with a nice little carry up the middle. And that'll bring up third down and 4 for the Keydets. They're number 8 in the country, so we got two top 15 schools right here. This is a big-time game. Big 12 versus the Pac-10. Cal Poly does have a loss on the season. Here is Hops on the option. This is where they're dangerous, and Ralph William drags down Cam Sanders by the face mask. And that is going to be a first down on their own 44-yard line. Raul Lozano, excuse me, the coach for Cal Poly, probably a little upset on the sideline. Hops under center. He's got 252 yards rushing this season with a touchdown. He also has a pretty good touchdown to interception ratio 4-1 with 329 yards. We go option again, right side, pitches it out to Cam Sanders, who only picks up a couple. Sanders with 93 yards coming into today's game with 1 touchdown, 10 for his career, 1,672 yards on the ground. 2nd down and 8. Hops in the shotgun by himself. Jake Berry, the tight end, is to the right of your screen. Hops going to take off. He might get the first down here. He's dropped just short, about a yard shy of the first down marker. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. So pretty solid start on offense for VMI so far here today. Shout out to my 2 Patreon supporters, Tom Schaefer and Zoomer Speed. Appreciate you guys. Tom Schaefer's donations helped get all these stadium sounds for all 12 of our schools. And with a donation from Zoomer Speed, we will now have Madden 20 on the channel. That'll be coming out this week sometime, folks, so stay tuned for that. I'm thinking of using the New York Giants for a franchise, so let me know what you guys think about that. Play action here from Hops, left side. Jake Berry has another catch, his 2nd today, up to the 41-yard line, excuse me. 2 catches for Jake Berry. That'll give him 37 for his career and over 750 yards. He also has 11 touchdowns, 3 of those coming this season. 7-play, 39-yard drive, 2.5 minutes off the clock here for the Keydets. For 2nd down and 5. Hops, option, a lot of space in the open field. 1st down and more inside the 25-yard line. That is where Hops is very dangerous. In his career, he's got over 1,170 yards rushing with 14 touchdowns. So you do not want to take him lightly in the ground game. 1st down and 10. Ladarius Johnson in at halfback to the left of Hops. Matt Keller to the right. Hops will go option again, pitches it out late to Matt Keller, and the short fullback gets a loss of 1. Matt Keller, 397 yards for his career, 6 touchdowns. He also has 14 catches, 139 yards, so they use him when they can, which in the triple option attack, he doesn't really get as much carries as he probably should, as Hops loses another yard here. And that is Jay Washington, the freshman outside linebacker, on the tackle for a loss. That is going to be his 4th tackle for a loss this season. He also has 1 sack and now 5 tackles this season. 3rd down and 13. Hops, shotgun, 5 wide receivers set. And he'll try to throw it here. He's going to be sacked immediately. Who got him? That was Barnes, non-subscriber middle linebacker, and he was untouched coming through in the middle. VMI with another tough decision here. Will they go for a field goal? It's about a 48-yarder. And they do not have a subscriber kicker on this roster. And just like Cal Poly, they will punt from the opponent's 31-yard line. So the defense is holding strong here today, just as expected. These are 2 of the top 10 defenses in the nation. Very well-rounded defenses. You know, they have several defensive linemen per team. Each team has 1 linebacker. The only difference is VMI has 2 safeties and Cal Poly only has 1. Donner will hand to Raul Lozano III. He'll pick up 5 yards up the middle. Now, both of their halfbacks have less than 100 yards rushing coming into this game. Cam Sanders with 93, Lozano III with only 72, but he does have 2 scores and 20 for his career, over 1,500 rushing yards and over 700 receiving yards with 7 touchdowns. He is the Marshall Faulk of college football. Donner going play action, deep shot down the middle of the field, triple coverage, and incomplete, very dangerous throw intended for Malik Higgins, trying to get the deep threat a little bit involved here in the first quarter. Higgins coming into the game, 50 catches for his career, 10 touchdowns, over 1,200 yards on the season, 5 catches for 91 yards and a score. 3rd down and 5, trips to the left. Connor trying to hot route a receiver. This crowd is getting a little bit loud out here. Connor will throw it. No, he's going to take off. He's got the 1st down. Nice run for Alexander Connor. Don't sleep on his ground game either. 663 yards coming into this game with 10 touchdowns for his career. So he definitely knows how to run with the football in his hand. Formation set. On 1st down and 10 from the 34-yard line. go play action again. See if they test him deep. Nope, Connor's going to take off instead. Picks up a handful of yards on the right sideline. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. So 2 straight runs from Alexander Connor, who is now over 4,000 passing yards for his career. 2nd down and 6 from the 38. They will hand it off to Lozano, who picks up maybe 5 yards off the right side as he's getting ever closer to 100 yards rushing on the season. He was suspended for 1 game to start this season. Now going forward, all the suspensions will be written down. We will keep track of those, and players being suspended will affect their draft grades in the EFL draft, as Tom Schaefer makes a very nice catch here in double coverage. Great play by the long snapper. That is his 5th catch of the season. So any type of suspensions will be taken into account for the EFL professional draft in Madden 2006. We will keep track of that. We'll be controlling all 32 teams. So let's see here. Pass left side, incomplete. Malik Higgins was the intended target. And that'll end the 1st quarter. And no score. We've had 2 punts at opposition's 31-yard line. So offenses just kind of feeling each other out here and seeing what they can get away with. We've already seen 1 trick play, a little halfback pass. Alexander Connor got a 1st down out of it, a big chunk play. Here's another one. Lozano the 3rd up the middle, in the open field, down at the 15 or 16-yard line. Mike Adams saves the touchdown, and that'll get Raul over 100 yards rushing for the season. Great blocking downfield as well. Cal Poly, one of the best offensive lines in the nation. Dan Williamson, of course, a phenomenal talent. 6 pancakes, no sacks allowed this season. And for his career, 117 pancakes with just 1 sack allowed. And you know the Mustangs like to toss the big skin around. Here's Lozano losing a yard or 2. Not a very good run. They'll bring up 2nd down and 11. I want to say that was Javon Stewart on the tackle. I couldn't see the number. Henry Hamilton on fire at defensive tackle. Connor looking to throw to the end zone, and it's caught. Tom Schaefer with his 1st career touchdown catch. Not bad, long snapper. Not bad at all. That'll give Cal Poly the lead of 7-0 pending the extra point. And that was a perfect throw. Great double coverage. And the defender never turned his head. So congratulations to Tom Schaefer, finally getting in that end zone. Mustangs on for the extra point. Make it a 7-point ball game. Kick is up and good. In the Discord pick'em, this was very close vote. 12 votes for Cal Poly, 11 for the Keydets. You guys were almost undecided on who was going to win this ball game. Keydets set to return. Bryson Shields is the deep man. And Joseph Martin is the other deep man. He has 3 kick returns for touchdowns in his career. Bryson Shields has 2 kick returns for touchdowns. And they will kick it deep to Joseph Martin on the right side. They'll return this one to the left, taken down at about the 19-yard line, so not a very good return. And the triple option attack of VMI will come back out on the field. The Keydets, they like to control the clock and just wear out the defenses with a lot of runs, but it looks like they're going to try to throw it a little bit here against the Mustangs, and that might be a bad decision as this pass goes out of bounds. Intended for number 80, Jay Ballmer, the 4-star freshman tight end. Ballmer does have 3 catches, 41 yards on the season, so not bad for the freshman. We've seen quite a few freshmen actually make huge impacts for schools so far this season. 2nd down and 10, option play, Hop pitches it out. Matt Keller has about 4 yards off the left side. Paxton Erdley on the tackle. 3rd down and 7. Both squads are 2 of 3 on 3rd downs today. But this is a long one. Darius Johnson in at halfback. They'll go play action, and Hops is going to be sacked. Demarius Lamache brings him down. First sack of the season for him. 12th of his career. Demarius Lamache, probably one of the closest prospects to compare to Julius Peppers. He's got 20 tackles for loss for his career, 12 sacks, 2 interceptions. Not often do you see a defensive lineman have multiple interceptions. Back to return this punt is Malik Higgins. And he breaks a tackle or two. Still going, breaking tackles, running people over, carrying the defense to the 43-yard line. Great return for Malik Higgins, who does have a punt return for a touchdown in his career to go along with 4 kick returns for touchdowns. And he sets his team up in great field position. So short work here for Alexander Connor and this offense. Connor, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks coming into the game. Now 5 touchdowns on the year with that touchdown to Tom Schaefer. He'll toss it out. Lozano going to throw again. That hits the back of a lineman, though. And it falls to the ground, incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Split back set for the Mustangs. And Connor will drop back to throw. Quick pass over the middle, almost a bad play. That should have been intercepted. I believe that was Trey Upton out in coverage. That was the middle linebacker, number 32. Connor, 2 of 8 today, 39 yards and a touchdown, so not very good completion percentage. Down at 10, Connor over the middle, nice catch. Is that Tom Schaefer? Oh my goodness. Freshman tight end and long snapper making a huge play right there. It's 4th and 3, they will go for it. And Eric Spears Jr. is in at quarterback. This is very interesting. And Eric, what will he do? All day to throw. Deep left side, wide open. 1st down and goal. Lance Johnson at the 5-yard line. The non-subscriber receiver gets wide open on a corner route. Eric Spears Jr. with a fantastic toss. Coming in with that cold shoulder. Hasn't thrown a pass today until that one. And that was great. Mustangs, 85% in the red zone this season. 5 touchdowns, 1 field goal, and 1 turnover. Crowd is going wild. Raul Lozano III dropped for no gain, and that is Henry Hamilton, his first tackle today. And 10th of the season. 5th tackle for a loss. He also has 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. 1 more sack this season, and it'll get him 10 for his career, which is really good for a defensive tackle. 2nd and goal. Counter play. Lozano III bottled up and dropped at the 2-yard line. And we're going to bring it back 15 yards for a clipping penalty on Booker. I believe he is the left guard. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 20-yard line. Not something you see every day. Crowd going wild again. High formation set. And nobody can hear a thing right now. I'm going to play action. Counter to throw over the middle. Caught by Malik Higgins that are on the 10-yard line. We have yet to see Desmond Lewis catch a pass today. And he leads the team in catches and yards. 6 catches, 222 yards, and a touchdown coming into this ball game. He had a monster game against the Jacksonville Dolphins. 3rd down and goal. Single back set. Tom Schaefer to the right side. Henry Hamilton on fire. Connor will try to throw to the end zone, and it's caught again. Desmond Lewis right on cue for the touchdown. His 2nd of the season. 7th catch. And Alexander Connor now with 6 touchdown passes. 36 for his career, and he just keeps lighting up the skies. Great route by Lewis to beat the freshman cornerback. That freshman corner also has 99 speed, so that is an impressive route runner right there, folks. on for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good, folks. So Desmond Lewis, he's the number 9 prospect, number 9 pass-catching prospect from the EFL prospect pool. And his teammate Malik Higgins is number 7 on that list. Desmond Lewis with a touchdown today. Malik Higgins with a couple of catches. Definitely showing their worth right now. And the Mustangs are on top 14-0 at the VMI Keydets here in Lexington, Virginia. And soon kickoff. Let's see what happens here. This is Joseph Martin from 4 yards deep in his own end zone. And he'll be dropped around the 18 or 19-yard line yet again. So no luck on kick returns here today for them. Big difference in yards, 202 for Cal Poly, only 70 for Virginia Military Institute. It sounds weird saying it. And Justin Hobbs is going to be sacked here. That is Greg Ford on the sack. That's his first of the season, 8th of the defensive tackle's career. He also has an interception. So him and Demarius Lamache, 3 combined interceptions for that defensive line. Very impressive. That'll bring up second down and 14. The Keydets. And the go option to the right side. That play was destroyed from the start. Oh my goodness. Was that Jay Washington on the hit or was that Franklin? I believe that was Franklin. Oh my goodness. Hops getting throttled out here. That'll bring up third down and 16. Cal Poly calls a timeout. They want another shot at some points before the half is over. So far, our home teams have not fared very well in these sub versus sub games this season. And they will hand it off, and Cam Sanders goes nowhere. Paxton Erdley, another tackle for a loss here today. And the crowd is letting the Keydets hear it as they're about to punt the football away again. Cal Poly. And I was thinking that the home teams weren't having any luck because I was usering them at the start of the game and then switching. But that's just not the case because I usered the Jacksonville Dolphins until the opening kickoff against the Savannah State Tigers. So that's just not the case. So I'm not sure why these home teams are having such terrible luck in these full broadcast matchups. I don't get it. First down and 10 for the Mustangs. Great field position at the 47-yard line after the Malik Higgins punt return. 2 tight ends set. Tyler Chandler is in there. They'll throw it over the middle. Wide open. Desmond Lewis in the open field. Dragged down at the 10-yard line. How did Connor fit that pass in there? Oh my goodness. That is an unbelievable throw. And we might be seeing Connor move up the top 10 quarterback prospect list here. He is number 2 currently behind quarterback Jeremy Carroll for the Savannah State Tigers. And we might see Connor moving up to the number 1 spot. He keeps performing like this in these subscriber versus subscriber games. Here's Lozano the third on the option. What a spin move. He's in for the touchdown. Just like that. A 9-yard touchdown run. And what a move he just put on that man. Wow. Cal Poly is rolling right now. Stampeding the Keydets. And it's going to be 21-0 here in the second quarter. VMI's got to get something going here, folks. 2 plays, 47 yards, just 21 seconds it took Cal Poly to score. And if they perform like this, I mean, they're so dangerous. They can score so quickly, and they can score any way they want. They can throw touchdowns. They can run it. I mean, their special teams is nasty. Malik Higgins has 5 returns for touchdowns in his career. Desmond Lewis has 1 as well. I mean, they can just score any which way they want to. Bryson Shields set to return this one from 2 yards deep in his own end zone. He muffs the kick. And it's picked up by Matt Keller, and he fumbles the football, and it's recovered But Cal Poly at the 4-yard line. Oh my goodness. Oh, this game went from bad to worse, just like that. What is going on? Wow. Just wow. First to go from the 4, goal line set here for the Mustangs. And they will go tight end around to Tyler Chandler. No, that's not Tyler Chandler. That is Scott, the number 3 tight end. He gets the ball to the 2-yard line. I thought for sure the 3rd-string tight end was about to score a rushing touchdown. Cal Poly, 3 attempts in the red zone today, 3 touchdowns. Come out the same set. They'll hand it off to the non-subscriber fullback, Brock. He punches it in for the scope. Cal Poly just, it's not even fair right now. 28-0 after this extra point. With a minute left here in the 2nd quarter, nothing has went VMI's way today. Tom Schaefer set to snap it to Eric Spears Jr. Great snap, great hold, great kick. 20-second drive. So the past, minute and 7 seconds, Mustangs have scored 2 touchdowns. Wow. I was not expecting this. VMI's defense is so good. I mean, that muff kick return and fumble, that didn't help either. But VMI's defense has been so stout this whole season. I know they've only played 2 games, but they have been so good. And they improved a lot from last season. Here's Bryson Shields trying to give it another go. And he'll break a tackle and get it up to about the 30-yard line. So a decent return after the muffed kick. Sets his team up in pretty decent field position. Only 23 yards of offense for VMI, 222 for Cal Poly. Time of possession is about even. And Hobbs has 5 receivers. He'll try to throw it. And throws over the middle, incomplete. Yeah, Jake Berry wide open down the center of the field. Didn't even throw it to him. So not a very good decision from Hobbs there. One more completion, and Hobbs will go over 2,500 passing yards for his career. He just has to get about 10 yards. 2nd down and 10. Darius Johnson at halfback. Hobbs is going to take off. No, he's going to throw across his body. Almost picked off. He should have just ran. He might have got a 1st down if he just ran to the right side like it looked like he was going to. But instead, it's going to be 3rd down and 10. And VMI 2 of 5 today on 3rd downs. Free safety coming up. Looks like he might blitz. Nope. Hops. Deep shot. Right side. It's caught. And that is Jason Wright. His 4th catch of the season. That was a good throw. Even better catch right there. And that'll get them into Mustang territory. And the Keydets might look to get something on the board here before the half is over. Hops to throw it. Hops left side. Joseph Martin has the catch, but he's going to lose 2 yards on a screen pass. That was his 2nd catch of the year. That'll drop him to 9 yards on 2 catches. Wow. Fantastic. Well, he does have 3 kick returns for a touchdown in his career, so he's got something going for him. 2nd down and 12. I formation set. And they'll go play action. Hops over the middle, wide open. It's caught. And that was Jason Wright yet again. That'll get him an 8-yard reception right there. That'll be his 5th catch of the season. And counter play, Cam Sanders, he's bottled up and only gets a yard. So that'll bring up 4th down and 3. So another big stop for the Mustang defense. VMI looks like they're going to go for it. 100% on the season, 1st in the country. Shotgun set. Can Hops keep the percentage at 100? And will he even snap the football? They're going to call their final timeout. Not sure what they're doing here. Looks like the offense is staying on the field, so we might just see a Hail Mary to end the 1st half. We got 3 wide receivers. Cam Sanders, Matt Keller next to Justin Hops. He will throw it up. And he's pressured, throws it up deep, shot right side, incomplete, intended for Jason Wright, and that'll be the end of the 1st half, folks. Cal Poly coasting right now, 28-0 over the number 8 VMI Keydets. Cal Poly 12th in the country, looking to get into that top 10 again after their loss to New Mexico State to start the season. That kind of ended their season, they thought, but not right now. They're rolling a top 10 team, and the rest of their schedule might be in their favor. Cal Poly set to kick it off, and they will kick it to Joseph Martin from the goal line. Martin will break a tackle and get up to about the 25-yard line. But we need to see some passes to Jake Berry and maybe some options where you can get Cam Sanders or Ladarius Johnson out in the open field, because they're both dangerous halfbacks. Hand it off to Johnson up the middle, and he goes nowhere. He's dropped for a loss. And that is a face mask on Lamache. So that'll give them 5 yards. First down and 5 upcoming. So the Keydets get a little bit of a break right there. Raul Lozano is a little upset on the sideline. Didn't like that call very much. "31 minutes into the stream. Let me know if you guys are enjoying it." 2 tight ends set. Jay Ballmer to the left, Jake Berry to the right. Aaron Hops will go option, left side, pitches it out, and Johnson is stopped short. Wow, and another face mask. Raul Lozano is going to start benching everyone. Face mask on Harmon. And that's a first down for the Keydets. They'll get it any way they can. They'll come out in the 2 tight end set yet again. Ladarius Johnson in the backfield behind Hops. Good play action. Hops, left side, incomplete, dropped by the freshman tight end, Jay Ballmer. Oh, second down and 10 from the 39-yard line. They need touchdowns, and they need them fast. The way Cal Poly has been moving the football, I don't like VMI's chances right now unless they score quickly. Hand it off to Johnson, who is going to be stuffed again, and there's another face mask. Is that Harmon? No, it was Harris this time. That'll be another first down this drive due to a face mask. Lozano is livid on the sideline. And rightfully so. That's 3 face mask penalties on this drive alone. Unbelievable. Need to be a little bit more disciplined here as we're in the second half. High formation set for Hops. And they'll go triple option. Matt Keller up the middle. He breaks loose to the outside inside the 30-yard line. Ruff Williams drags him down. That's Williams' 12th tackle of the season. And nice run there for Matt Keller, who's trying to make up for that fumble after the muffed kick return attempt by Bryson Shields, where he scooped it up, got hit, fumbled it. Cal Poly scored 2 plays later. First and 10. 2 tight end set again. They've been doing this quite a bit this drive. And they will go option. Hops has the first down and more all the way to the 10-yard line. One of the best plays of the day. VMI now with 9 first downs. And probably 4 of them on this drive due to face mask penalties. And we get to hear the guns of VMI here today. No, we have not heard the Jacksonville Dolphin in-game stadium sound yet. That offense got blanked by the Cal Poly Mustangs. Here's an option, and Hops is going to be dropped for a big loss. That'll be second down and goal from the 13-yard line. Cowbells ring, can you hear them? Second goal, 2 tight end set again. They'll go option up the middle. Cam Sanders gets it back to the 10-yard line. You haven't really seen him touch the football a whole lot here today. Just a couple carries. And that'll bring up third down and goal from the 9-yard line. Well, not a situation you want to be in if you are VMI. It's 3rd and 7 from the 9.5-yard line. You're a run-oriented team. You got to try to get your tight end the ball here. He's the best playmaker you got. Hops to throw it. Hops, deep shot right side. Almost picked off in quadruple coverage. What is he doing? That was an awful decision. And VMI is going to send on the field goal unit. 26-yard field goal attempt just to get on the board here. Stop the shutout, stop the bleeding just a little bit. But we will not hear the guns on this drive. Field goal is up and right down the middle, so VMI hits the scoreboard as their 10th play 66-yard drive to 2:28 off the clock. It's 28-3. 3:29 remaining here in the third quarter in Lexington, Virginia. Number 12, Cal Poly, taking on the number 8, VMI Keydets. Cal Poly, of course, 4-1 in subscriber game. VMI 2-2. For those that didn't hear me the first 2 times I said it. Discord pick 'em vote. 12 votes for Cal Poly, 11 for VMI. Very, very close vote. And Cal Poly so far has the upper hand quite easily, actually. Here is Desmond Lewis on the kick return. He'll get it up to around the 20-yard line. Gets thrown around like a rag doll. It'll actually be at the 25-yard line. Alexander Connor been pretty decent today. The accuracy has not always been there, but he's got a couple touchdowns and no picks. Connor to throw it. Right side, it's caught. And is that Desmond Lewis again? Nope, that is Johnson, I believe. Non-subscriber receiver with a first down catch to the 43-yard line. And that is actually Robinson. Johnson is number 89. This is one of the only teams that I know some of the non-subscriber receivers, just because they get the ball so often. And Connor going to throw again, wide open, right side, deep shot. Now the sideline is caught again. And this time it's Robinson yet again. 6 consecutive completions for Alexander Connor. And this is a dangerous one in double coverage, but he keeps testing that freshman corner who has 99 speed. And he keeps winning. So we've seen quite a few freshmen this season have some growing pains. We see the UC Davis Aggies secondary with Zach Pryor, Everett Garrison, and RJ Simons. You know, they've had a rough go of it as well at some points. Wide open again over here, right side. Malik Higgins inside the 10-yard line. But those are our subscriber players that we've seen have a rough time. But we've also seen some lower-level talent players like Goku Lee for the South Dakota State Jackrabbits perform quite well in a few games. Against San Diego, he had 2 picks. He had the game-sealing pick 6 with less than a minute remaining. So the overalls really don't matter a whole lot in this series. As this pass is caught again, it's Robinson. What an animal he was on this drive. That was a 9-yard touchdown pass. Connor with his 3rd of the game. Oh my goodness. He is just carving them up right now. Connor reminds me so much of Brett Favre. It's ridiculous. He can have games where he throws 5 touchdowns, 400 yards, no picks. And then the next game he'll go out and throw 3 interceptions with 2 touchdowns and like 350 yards. But if he can get a little bit more consistent, he will definitely overtake Jeremy Carroll on the top 10 prospect list or the quarterback list for the EFL. But Jeremy Carroll, of course, we just saw what happened to the Savannah State Tigers last night, against Tulane. So that was a big loss, the first loss for the Tigers in the series with me usuring that team. So that is a huge loss, and it's really no fault of Carroll or MJ Gator Jr. Tulane just played a fantastic ball game, and they wanted it more apparently. That was a heartbreaker for sure. Here's Joseph Martin up to the 18-yard line. Let me know what you guys thought of that Savannah State and Tulane game. That was definitely a really fun game to play. MJ Gator Jr. went off in that game. That was vintage, Heisman Gator. But it just wasn't enough. VMI down 32 points here. Hops looking to throw right side, man wide open, and he runs back to the inside and loses a yard. Wow. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11. So Hops finding some targets here and there, but they just can't really get any yards after the catch. top target is Jake Berry by far, and they just haven't really got him the ball. Here's Ladarius Johnson, the freshman, the 5-star freshman halfback. With a nice run in, it doesn't matter, it's going to come back from a holding penalty on Matt Keller. He has had an awful game. Just an awful game. A fumble, and now a holding call that brings back one of the best runs of the game for the Keydets. Oh, man. High formation set again. Cam Sanders behind Matt Keller. And Hops will try to throw it here. Right side. Throws off his back foot. Wide open. It shows it's Jason Wright, excuse me. And he has been the only target here today for the Keydets that has done much of anything. And Hops with that pass goes over 2,500 passing yards for his career. So congratulations to him. A little bit of a milestone there. Connor, of course, with over 1,500 more passing yards than him, but two completely different style offenses. 2,500 passing yards is really impressive for an option-based offense as Hops picks up 7 yards on the option. 286 now on the season on the ground. So he's got 34 yards on the ground here today. So not a big game for him at all. And the Keydets needed it. Second down and 3 from the 37-yard line. And they'll come out in the I formation set again. Ladarius Johnson, the 5-star freshman halfback, behind Matt Keller. They're going to go option. Hops pitches it out to the freshman, and he picks up the first down, running over the cornerback. So good play there by the freshman. I just want to point out how wrong everybody was in the Discord when I asked for a score prediction for the Savannah State game. And here's Hops taking off and picks up 7 yards. But as I scroll up and down looking at the score predictions for Savannah State versus Tulane, there was only one person here that said Tulane was going to win it. And they didn't say a score at all. But Marvin Joseph, you were the worst one. 66-6, Savannah State on top was your prediction. Wow, my friend. Wow. Second down and 3 here for the Keydets. And Cam Sanders stuffed again, just 6 yards on 9 carries. That is terrible. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Get your fours up, folks. And pray. Pray for the VMI Keydets. And how bad they're playing. My goodness. 35-3, Cal Poly looks like they're going to roll to an easy win here in Lexington over the 8th-ranked Keydets. We have yet to hear I don't even know what it is, how many guns there are, but it's a salute. Let's call it the 3-gun salute. Let's do it. 3rd and 5. I formation, and they're going to go option. First down. Hops picks up about 8 yards. Nice little first down. I believe the Keydets have more first downs today than the Mustangs, but it doesn't matter. 7-play, 39-yard drive, and 2 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock. And they just now got to the 43-yard line of Cal Poly. That formation again. Johnson is there. Is he going to pitch it to him? No. Oh, he fumbles it. And it is recovered by Jason Wright. Yeah, it's going to be called back anyway. Jake Berry with a clipping call. So that'll make it first down at 21. And this crowd has just been very quiet since about 2 minutes left in the second quarter. You can hear the cowbells. That's about it. 2 tight ends set again for the Keydets. Ladarius Johnson at halfback. Hops will go option again, left side, pitches it out. Johnson on the sideline, pushed out of bounds. Picks up about 7 yards. And they'll actually only give him 6 yards on that carry. Okay. That'll give Johnson over 100 rushing yards this season. Not bad for the freshman. Cam Sanders stuck at 99 after he just lost a few yards on his last carry. And it looks like they're going to stick with Johnson here in the 2 tight end set. Hops going option right side this time, and he stayed inside. I don't know. He should have went to the outside right there, and they probably could have got the first down. Cal Poly only allowing 29 yards rushing per game. Today, 98 for the Keydets. So still an impressive performance for the Mustang defense. That front seven is nasty. And with the addition to Jay Washington to this defense, they got infinitely better as well because they had 0 linebackers last season. They're down to 6 to go. Option again. Hobbs is dropped after 1 yard. 60 yards on 13 carries today. And we got a 4th and 5 situation at the 38-yard line, so they're going to have to go for it here again. Crowd cheering them on. Let's go, Keydets. Let's go, Keydets. High formation set. Johnson's still in a halfback. Cam Sanders is probably done for the day. And they'll hand it to Matt Keller, and he gets a yard. Unbelievable. They're throwing in the white flag here, folks. Or we're waving the white flag. Throwing in the towel is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying. Cal Poly takes over at the 36-yard line. And the backups are in for the Mustangs. You see a defensive lineman in there at center. Eric Spears Jr. in at quarterback. Hand it off. Backups running back. Pick up a yard and tack on 5 for a face mask. So make it 1st down and 4.
Still 1st down.
So Keydets just content with getting blown out at home. And when will we see the home teams actually win a game, folks? This has been awful. And there's just no reasoning behind any of it. 2 tight end set here for Spears. And he'll throw it. And that is caught, I believe. Yes, and it's Robinson again. This guy has been great today for the Mustangs. Usually the best non-subscriber receiver on Cal Poly is Lance Johnson, number 89. But Robinson performing really well here today. 2nd and inches, and Eric Spears Jr. will pick up 5 yards on the 1st down on the ground. He has 5 touchdown runs for his career, 133 yards, so he does know how to run with the football. But he is more of a pocket passer. And even though he's the backup quarterback for Cal Poly, he is on the top 10 list for quarterback prospects for the EFL. He comes in at number 9, just above Kelvin Jasper Jr. out of North Dakota State. He has a better arm than some of these other quarterbacks ahead of him, but he just doesn't have the experience that they do. But impressive anyways for him to even be on that list. And Chandler in at fullback for the Mustangs. That's the number 2 tight end on the roster. And they're going to hand it off. Counter play, and he's going to run a man over and get dropped for a loss anyway. And that is number 97 on the tackle. Non-subscriber defensive lineman for the Keydets. That'll bring 3rd down and 12. Let's see if the Mustangs will try to throw it here with their number 2 quarterback. Eric Spears Jr.'s overall is actually better than Alexander Connor's. But Connor won the quarterback position in the spring game last season, and he just rolled with it ever since. He had a fantastic freshman season. Eric Spears Jr. has been great filling in when needed, though. And here is another penalty here on the Mustangs' offensive line. And that'll be declined, bringing up 4th down and 12. William Reed on the tackle on the play. Mustangs will punt the football. And of course, Tom Schaefer not in there. They have the backup long snapper in, trying to get him some reps. If the starting returner is still in, it's going to be Bryson Shields, who does not have a punt return for a touchdown in his career. And there is the kick. Shields is going to let that one go into the end zone, and it does. Touchback, and the Keydets will take over at their own 20-yard line with 2:05 left in the ball game, and just try to get something working here, and get some momentum. Try to get something positive out of this going into your next matchup of the season. There's Johnson in at halfback still. Cam Sanders looks to be done for the game for sure. Hobbs will throw it, and he throws it deep middle. It's caught. Joseph Martin in the open field, past the 20, and Joseph Martin is in for the touchdown. Guns up, VMI. They finally hit the end zone. Huge touchdown right there. Wow. What a play. And there's an injury as well. Joseph Martin with just his 3rd catch of the season. That was an 80-yarder. He now has 89 yards on 3 catches and a touchdown this year. Just his 3rd receiving touchdown of his career. The 35-10 is a score that looks a heck of a lot better than the 35-3. And we will most likely see the Mustangs back on the field here on offense. Onside kicks have not really been friendly to our schools. Although if you go back and watch the FCS tournaments leading up to this series, we had quite a few return onside kicks actually recovered, and we have one here. It's Joseph Martin. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. I think I remember South Dakota State actually recovering 2 and winning on like Hail Marys in that tournament. And those are just fantastic. This is great. I love talking about something, saying it's not going to happen, and it ends up happening anyway. And here's Cam Sanders back in the game, picks up 8 yards as the Keydets not giving up. They're still fighting out here, folks. I still can't believe they recovered the onside kick. Wow. After he scores the touchdown, he goes out there on the hands team. That's impressive. Play action from Hops, wide open. Matt Keller, he's got the first down to the 37-yard line, about the 36-yard line. And Hops, over 200 total yards of offense today. He has been pretty decent. But some turnovers that led to Mustang touchdowns very quickly. And just, it's been a rough game for the Keydets, to say the least. That formation set. And it'll play action. Throws up his back foot. Is that caught? Nope. Oh my goodness. I thought Joseph Martin caught that. Hops, 9 of 16 with a touchdown today. Alexander Conner has 3 touchdowns. That'll give him 7 on the season, no picks. Hops now 5 touchdowns, 1 pick on the season. 2nd and 10, 2 tight ends set. And Hops hands it off, and that was blown up very quickly by a non-subscriber linebacker. Oh my goodness. The freshman picking up his jockstrap after that tackle. We might not see Ladarius Johnson on the field for quite a while after that one. 3rd down and 11 upcoming from the 37-yard line. Just out of field goal range here. They need about 10 more yards. They're 4 of 10 on 3rd downs, and Cam Sanders is back in at halfback. Hobbs going to take off and only picks up 2 yards. And now they have Johnson out there playing corner. Wow. So 4th and 9. 35-yard line. They're going to go for it. Crowd cheering him on, getting behind him just a little bit here. Jake Perry's on fire on the left side of the screen. And Hops will try to throw it. Hops throws it deep left side. Incomplete. Intended for Jake Berry. So VMI goes down swinging. It's 35-10. Cal Poly, I expect, is going to just run the ball a couple times here and get out of here with an easy win. The defense and special teams just performed better than VMI's, and that was really the difference. Justin Hops played pretty good today. And here's Tyler Chandler, the tight end, breaking loose left side, picks up 9 yards. Freshman tight end with a couple nice runs here this season. I believe he had a 9-yarder against the Jacksonville Dolphins as well. He has 1 catch, 2 yards, and a touchdown this season as well. 2nd down and 1. They'll have to snap the ball one more time here in goal line formation. Box is stacked by VMI. And they do run the football, and they do not get the first down, but it doesn't matter. This game is over, folks. Cal Poly is the victor, and they're going to improve to 5-1 in subscriber versus subscriber matchups. VMI drops to 2-3. So Alexander Conner, 5-1 as the quarterback in these matchups. And he might be moving on up to number 1 on our top 10 quarterback prospect list for the upcoming EFL draft. impressive win. Let's take a look at the Discord pick'em and see the ones that got it right, folks. Let's see here. We had 12 votes for Cal Poly: Tom Schaefer, Wooly Madden, Jason Stark, Noah Regear, Tyler Chandler, Marvin Joseph, Xavier Wilson, Joseph Lozano, Alexander Connor, Zach Pryor, Kelvin Jasper Jr., and Jay Washington all got it right. Hops played pretty good, 9 of 17, 149 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times, though. A long of 80. He also had 62 yards. The ground game wasn't really working. The halfbacks couldn't get anything going. Joseph Martin, 78 yards today and a touchdown. Career day for him, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but this team doesn't throw the football a whole bunch. So, Bryson Shields led the team in tackles with 4. William Reed had 2. Henry Hamilton, 1 tackle, 1 for a loss. Very impressive win here for Cal Poly. Their second impressive victory over subscriber opponent. They just destroyed Jacksonville. Now they just destroyed VMI. Let's take a look at the sub versus sub records so far. And this is going to be through week 5 now. I'm counting week 5. Let's see here. Bryant is 3-0, still undefeated. Cal Poly now 5-1. Dayton undefeated, 1-0. They beat VMI in the bowl game last season, if I'm not mistaken. Jacksonville 1-2. North Dakota State 1-3. Northern Colorado is 2-1. And look out, folks, week 6, they will be taking on the UC Davis Aggies. So look out for that one. San Diego's 1-3. Savannah State is the only school of ours to not win a sub versus sub game so far. South Dakota State is 2-1. Savannah State's 0-2. I don't believe I actually said the record. Southern Utah 1-3. UC Davis is 1-2. And VMI now 3-3 in this series in full broadcast games. So obviously the most impressive schools so far in these types of games are Bryant and Cal Poly. Very impressive records. Northern Colorado and South Dakota State are the only other ones that have winning records in full broadcast games, which is very surprising if you think about it. Northern Colorado had a rough season last year. They did win a bowl game. They did win one. But they actually, I believe they beat UC Davis last season as well in a full broadcast game. I'll have to go back and check that out. But I will definitely check that out for the commentary for that ball game, just to have a little bit extra to talk about. But Cal Poly's defense, very impressive today. A lot of tackles for a loss against this option attack. Lamache, Lozano had 2 tackles for a loss. Washington, Erdley, and Ford also had tackles for a loss. We had 3 sacks by Ford, Lamache, and non-subscriber linebacker Greg Barnes. No interceptions today, which is very unusual, because usually there's at least one of the quarterbacks that has a rough game and throws a couple picks. Cal Poly now 2-1 on the season, and you got to expect that they'll jump back into the top 10 here. VMI will most likely stay in around the top 15 area, because I mean they lost to a pretty good school here in Cal Poly. Connor Robinson, Washington, players of the game for Cal Poly. Washington with a fumble recovery. Congratulations to him for the first of his career. Hops, Martin, and Shaw, players of the game for VMI. Our next Cal Poly game, they are going to be hosting the Idaho State Bengals in Week 6. That is a Pac-10 matchup, the first Pac-10 game of the season for Cal Poly. And our next VMI game, they will be hosting the Western Carolina Catamounts. That starts their Big 12 run. They've only got one more non-conference game of the year, and that's against William & Mary, who is a very solid opponent. That is it for Week 5, guys. Here's the Week 6 schedule. North Dakota State will travel to Chattanooga. Bryant, number 2 in the country, will travel to take on 17th ranked William & Mary. Last season, their game ended in overtime with a Cy Summers big hit to jar the ball loose on 4th down. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a very good game, and it's going to be a rivalry game. That is going to be a rivalry series from here on out. Delaware State will travel to take on 14th ranked Savannah State after their loss to Tulane. See if they can't rebound. Jacksonville's going to take on Mississippi Valley State. UC Davis, number 18 in the country, hosts Northern Colorado in a full broadcast game. Look forward to that one as well. Cal Poly hosting Idaho State. San Diego hosting Pac-10 opponent Eastern Washington. VMI hosts Western Carolina, of course. And number 1, Dayton travels to take on the Montana Grizzlies in Missoula. That's going to be a fun one. And Sacramento State travels to take on 3-0 Southern Utah. I'll see you guys sometime soon with Week 6. Until then, take it easy.